It's a Zelda map. I know that.
It looked like a Zelda map.
No, that is not Breath of the Wild.
It is now Breath of the Wild.
No, it's not. Oh, that's Twilight Princess.
Is it?
I think so. Cause that. I think so. Cause don't you have to like do that snowboard thing? You don't remember the game, but you have to do this like snowboard thing to get to like that ice castle in the middle.
Oh, I remember like the long windy path in the ice
Yeah.
castle, and I can see it there.
I think that's no, that's not Breath of the Wild either. Twilight Princess. I don't know what it is. Sorry, dude. I don't know what your game
You're
is.
ruining it. That's not my poster.
It's not.
It's not Majora's Mask, is it?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hot Dish Podcast, where it has a little bit of everything that's always good. I'm your host, Jordan. Today with me, I have some special guests. Cody's back.
Hello.
And he's about to get his guest.
This is Shane.
Hi.
Hi, Shane.
Hi, I'm Shane.
How do you know Cody, and then therefore Cody knows me?
Well, I don't know how Cody knows you, but me and Cody worked together.
Yeah, we did for a while at E&M.
We were designers together, and then he was better designer than me, so the new job he still gets to do that.
No.
And then I do marketing now.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the same place or no?
No, a totally different place.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
left too?
Yeah.
Out of there.
Yeah. We both ditched that place pretty quick.
We could turn this whole hot dish into a thing about E&M.
Yeah, we really could.
We were
Probably
talking.
shouldn't though.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one on. I know you were talking about that for a while. I'm gonna be a little
All the
stuffy on here. I
problems.
was just sick yesterday, so I'm getting over something.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. Get your shit together, dude.
But we were going over. You and I were talking about that. It was funny because we could watch. You would not secretly tell me, but you wouldn't say the company you'd work for, and you just like, okay, this is happening and this is happening. I'm getting irritated by this and that and other thing, and then you're like, dude, I just left. You know, I remember you sent me an email or text message. Like,
I was like, oh yeah, I quit my job. Like, bye.
Well, I remember you and me were shooting the shit because in the parking lot on like lunch breaks and stuff, we go do whatever. And then you were like, well, that's kind of fucked up. Or we talk about this other thing, like, I don't really like that. And then you've told me about it, but something happened where you were upset. And then basically we go to lunch one day and you just sort of come down, this group of us that hang out, and you're like, so I just quit.
Yep.
You're like, what?
It's like a casual lunch. We're all like, all right, let's go on our break. And I'm just, oh, Cody just quit.
I know I just took this off, and then I'm cold.
Yeah.
it's hot here. I'm sweating.
You sweating?
Oh, dude.
Dude, we're opposites right now.
Normally I'm really cold. Usually I put a bunch of clothes on, but
Yeah. I usually am not very comfortable in just a t-shirt, but I was sweating.
I'm never
so
comfortable in just a t-shirt, ever.
I always wear a flannel or a sweatshirt over it.
yeah, because the sweatshirt hides my gut.
That's
exactly what it is. It's like I put this on, and then I have big shoulders, and so that can like...
You're like,
that
oh,
can,
I'm just strong.
Yeah, that can
I'm a
adjust
big
the
man.
look for me. But, you wear a t-shirt. I try to do it like where I'll ride motorcycle, and I try to look cool on just a t-shirt. But then you immediately get reminded of how fat you are because the
like,
shirt
the wind.
clings
Yeah.
to your gut, and you're like, oh god, now everyone can see it. It hurts. It hurts your pride.
It's not my favorite thing either.
Yeah, so I always throw something on over it. That's why I like winter months like this. You just get away with it.
Yeah, fall is my absolute favorite season, just because.
The 2 weeks of it.
Yeah.
Well, this year was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it's not raining, it's great.
This year was bad. But
Yeah.
normally it's just the casual 50, 60 degree weather, and us being Minnesotans, you can wear that's shorts and sweatshirt weather,
Yeah, it really is.
It's weird when I see people, I'm sure you guys saw it in like college or whatever, but like on campus, people walk around in just shorts and t-shirt, and it's like, it's 30 degrees out. And I don't know if you think you're impressing me or what, but you need to put a coat on. Or some pants.
Yeah.
Put some pants on.
I had a kid, every single day, he wore shorts. It was high school. Every single day. I was like, what are you doing? I was like...
He thought he was impressing you, dude.
think
Or the
so.
girls, maybe.
I don't know. He was
Look
kind
how
of like
strong I am.
the weird... he was like the weird type of kid, no offense to him. I don't even know his first name. But he always wore shorts.
We're talking about you, guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full offense to you.
He's the only one that's watching, actually.
He's like, oh yeah, Jordan, he was such a nice guy in high school.
Oh, shit.
Watch his podcast, just roast him.
Oh, okay. So actually, that leads me. There was a girl, Ryan. If you're watching, which I doubt you're not, she's pretty cool. I had a crush on her for like a year or so. Then over the years, it turned into like she was just part of the friend group, and I got over it. Anyway,
And he cried.
I cried a lot. And so I have like a lot of high school people. You don't think about them over the years.
Yeah.
And then so someone got in touch with like, hey, they're like, did you hear that Ryan's getting married? I'm like, I don't give a shit. like, she's getting married.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, this and that, blah, blah, blah. She's actually doing Twitch now. I was like, what is she doing on Twitch? And she just streams games or whatever. I went and checked, and she had, I don't remember, like, there's only like 3 or 4 people when I jumped into the chat. It was, I don't know if it was dying down or if that's, she just started, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I jump in, and I needed to make a Twitch account. I know this might be blasphemous. I don't use Twitch.
I don't either.
I know.
So.
And so
That's what you're on right now.
I know. That's why I said it might be blasphemous.
It's not a big
So
deal.
anyway, I needed to make a Twitch account, and I was like, dude, I want her to know it's me immediately. So I made a Twitch account, and I gave out my full name. So it was like and then it was my first name, last name. It was the Shane, and then my last name. So I wanted her to know exactly who it was. So that way, as soon as I joined chat, she's like playing for 30 seconds, and then she goes, is this really the Shane? And then, like, as a goof,
Yeah.
I was gonna say like something funny, so I was like, yeah, go Knights. Like, that was our high school mascot. So I'm like, yeah, go Knights. And she's like, man, fuck that place. I hated saying that.
And you're like,
I get
"Oh."
it. Yeah. It's like, I get it. Maybe you're upset, but why are you still holding on to that grudge?
Yeah.
8 years
Right.
later.
Yeah.
So, like, it totally took all the wind out of my sails. I was like, oh, I'm
Aw,
gonna surprise
Yeah.
this old friend of mine or whatever.
It's like,
and-
you brought back horror memories.
yeah, and then she was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't even want it. Yeah, it was really upsetting. So that's why I don't use Twitch anymore.
Like, right.
Tragic story of
It sucked.
why Twitch is dying. Nope,
Yeah.
you're not. Nope, don't say that.
I just think it's like some people hold grudges like that over like high school stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, you should have moved on and had like career stuff or
Yeah.
something else to preoccupy your mind with.
Yeah.
You're still holding on to that grudge that you
Right.
didn't like your hometown or
Yeah.
whatever.
If you're curious at all, we currently are in our living room, my living room, because we had this out here for a party we had, and we put a puzzle on top of it, and the puzzle's not done yet, so I couldn't move it.
You did a puzzle for a party.
Yeah, towards the end of the party, when people were leaving, we had maybe like 6 of us left. We're like, oh, let's have a puzzle. Like, everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, weird. You know?
Let's do puzzle. Just fucking hammered. Like,
No, it wasn't that bad.
Dude, your parties sound like the ones I want to go to. Like, I don't
Just
like.
chill.
Well, like in college and stuff, everyone's like, we're going to party. You go to some house you've never been to before.
Yeah.
You're just, the goal is to be drunk. And then you get to be drunk. You're like, now what?
Right. Yeah.
I'm here.
And you're like, I'm just going to hang out in this
Yeah.
house. And every now and then, like, I try to, like, talk to friends, and they're still in, like, that drinking stage where I'm kind of where you're at, where I'm like, let's just make a puzzle and chill. If you want, you can go make a drink or grab
Right,
a beer.
Yeah, we had, it was mostly Alyssa's friends. It was, we called it Friendsgiving. We had it on Sunday.
I've never done that before. How was it?
Yeah,
I don't either.
it was not bad, actually, at all. Because I actually started by, we went to one of Alyssa's friends who's down in the city. We just hung out. And he made really good food. I'm like, I felt really bad because, like, whenever Cody comes over, I'll just make a pizza. Same thing
Yeah.
for him. He comes over, pizza. Just super
Yeah.
easy, you know, super simple.
Did you bring a hot dish to this thing?
I did not.
Mm.
I usually,
First one we did.
Oh.
yeah, I've heard it a couple of times.
Yeah, we
But at his place, he made dinner that night, and it was really good. I was like, oh, you know what, Justin, I gotta show you up. I'm gonna make dinner. Not show you up. I wanna. How do I say it?
Reciprocate.
Yeah, because my meals always suck. I seem like, and you do this. Like, don't worry about it. So someone else picked up on it. It's like, we should do like a Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, okay. So now,
Eating grounds.
well, it was more of a potluck, so everyone had to bring
Yeah.
something. I dibs on making the turkey, and I was like, okay, we have maybe a max of 13 people coming, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa proceeds to buy a 20-pound turkey.
Nice. That's a big turkey, dude.
So I had to I was like, Alyssa, this isn't gonna fit in our like, we have that roaster, that
Yeah.
black roaster. It's like, this isn't gonna fit in this. No, it will be fine. It barely fit. And I was
Yeah.
freaking
But
out.
it fit?
It fit. So I made the turkey, mashed potatoes, and some extra like salads and hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. But everyone else brought everything else, and it was fine. It was great. We played. I have the Jackbox games. We played that up there for a little while. They played Cards Against Humanity up on the table here. They played Spoons, and then like a couple of them left, and so there was only a handful. So we just like sat around, did puzzle, and watched Christmas movies.
I
Nice.
remember,
It's chill.
were you with our company when we did the spoons thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I think the year before that one, I did. I know that I'm naming names and people are like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
Yeah.
But I was playing spoons, and if I remember correctly, it's like you need to get 4 of a kind, right? And then you grab a spoon, and then it's like then everyone else
Yeah.
rolling, right?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like musical chairs at that point.
Yeah. So like it got down to me and Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
me and one other person, and I started to figure out like I'm handing cards off. So I'm pulling from the deck, oh, I don't need that. And
You can go
put
as
it
slow as you
down.
want.
Yeah, so I can go as slow as I want, so I'm controlling it. And after like enough times of being like, that's a king or that's a 10, and seeing what she's picking up and putting down, I'm figuring out what she's going for.
I just passed 4 kings.
Yeah. So that's exactly it. So I'm basically counting cards in the easiest way possible. It's not like whatever poker. So counting cards, and so I take a gamble. I'm like, oh, this is the 4th king I've seen. I don't need it. And as soon as I slide it over to her, I reach for a spoon, and they're like, what do you have? And I was like, nothing. And they're like, well, what the heck? And I was like, yeah, but she's got 4 kings. And they were blown away by it. They were like, whoa. They're like, he's counting cards.
This guy's
like,
playing 4D chess over here.
Yeah, but they were just like, what? They're like, that can't count. I'm like, well, how does it not count? She's got 4, and I picked up a spoon first.
Yeah.
And they're like, you counted cards. I'm like, that's not fair. I feel like I'm being punished for being smart.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess legally, you aren't allowed to pick up the spoon.
Yeah,
but then, like, at that point, though, like, when it comes down to 2 people, spoons is just a 50-50 shot of who wins.
So I'm saying, and I took an advantage that I saw.
So when I do that, I'm the person, I go as fast as possible. So I'm just like,
trying to trip them up.
So they have to grab like a handful.
Yeah.
Like, I just passed like 6 all my cards. 6 cards. But I just passed like a couple pairs. I should
rushing
took those.
people so they can't get the 4 of a kind.
I know people that play that, and they're so sly because they'll go for the card and they'll grab a spoon on the way by, and you're just like holy cow, I'm just going like there's only 4 spoons left and there's
Yes, I've done that too. Friggin' someone scratched me when you were playing it. Yeah.
Oh God.
I was like, I reached for a spoon and she reached for the same one and then got me right on the hand.
Nice.
Rude.
Like
this is a business thing. This is at a company.
All right, where's HR? Filing a complaint.
Oh God.
This Christmas party's too aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm not winning anything.
Yeah.
Have you guys used to work in a small company now?
Yeah.
Do you work in a small company?
I've been there for 4.5 years. I was part-time for 4 years. I'm full-time for the last 6. It was 80 people 4 years ago. Now it's 140, 150.
So it's like not quite a small company anymore.
Yeah.
Smallish.
I don't know what it would
Well, like so, like for me, I only have like 8 people at my company. Yeah.
Small.
And so like when it gets to that level, it's like, who's the HR person? It's like, it's me.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, well, I have a problem. They're like, well, we don't have anything set up to deal with what you want.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like, so if there's a problem, you're like, I guess I'm screwed.
Yep. That's exactly it too. I mean, that's kind of the way it was at E&M too. They didn't have an HR. I mean, Christy was our HR.
Technically.
But like, I don't want my boss to be my HR representative.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your direct superior is the HR person.
So you can't ever. It's like
I have a complaint with who you.
You actually. Yeah, I'm sick of your mouth.
Yeah. I need you to play HR right now and take my shit for a second. But
that'd be really funny. Just like bash.
Hey, Christy, you got a sec? Yeah. So Christy's been being a real bitch.
It's just like,
she's taking it back like, oh, you're talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's like, when did I hire?
Yeah, get your notepad out. I got a lot to say.
God damn.
I need you to not realize your first name for a second.
Yeah.
You realize I'm talking about you.
But I like working at smaller companies. I think more. You can just get away with more, and they're usually more. Like I can wear this to my office.
Yeah.
And it's just chill.
Yeah, I work with a company of 140 people, but we have 2 shops and they're split up by a freeway. We just have the small retail side and our manufacturing side is on the other side of the freeway. So our side there's 3 people including me up in the office, and then there's 6 maybe 8 guys in the back in the shop. Well, the other side's got the other 120 people, and we have night shift too. That's 30, 40 people. So
yeah.
100 people on the other side. So I don't have to deal with next to nobody, but I have to deal with a lot of customers coming in. I think we get like, that's not a lot, but for a small town, I don't know, what do they say? Maybe 100 a week or something like that. I don't know.
It's still a lot if you have to be like tracking everything about them and stuff.
Yeah, Monday through Wednesdays are slow. Fridays are nuts. Because people are just like specifically take off to come see us and like, I'm just like Friday off. It's super nuts. But yeah, super chill for the most part. As you can see today, I was working the Saturday and I was trying to make a Christmas Carol song about,
which is
about
loony
trailers.
to me.
Yeah.
I was just like, God. I should do something.
I just started making Christmas songs.
I do not miss working weekends.
I don't either.
You want to work a weekend?
No.
I mean, you're technically working today.
God, no, thank you.
That's true.
Do you guys give any shits about the Cybertruck?
I mean, in what regards?
I don't know anything.
Like, do I have an opinion on
Okay,
it?
so like, let's say you had the money for it. Let's say you had the money for it. Would you buy a Cybertruck?
If it looked like that, no. I actually
Really?
don't
Why
like,
not?
I don't like the look of it, honestly.
But the thing is, it's the look of it is what sells it because it's so weird.
Yeah.
But it's like the Tesla's not weird. The Tesla's a normal sedan.
They're still a little weird.
Yeah, they're a little
but-
off-brand.
Because they don't have
with
grills
this.
or anything, but
But still, that's still a car. It's still car shaped. It's not. It's
Yeah.
it's like a child made this and
That's what's so
Yeah.
cool about it.
it's like, well, that was a big appeal for a lot of people was that they're like, when I was a little kid and I thought, what will cars be like in 2020? And they like thought of shit like that,
Yeah.
where it's like a space truck.
How much is it?
have
God,
no
I don't know.
idea.
So I know you'd only to reserve it. You only need to put $100 down.
Really?
Yeah, and it's refundable. But there was like people talking about like, well, why am I putting this down if it's only coming out in a couple of years? Like they haven't even made one yet. They just showed a concept thing of it.
Yeah.
So it was like a whole shebang. I have no idea how much it is.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
their Model X like $100K or something like that?
I don't know. I know their lower models are pretty affordable.
The,
but,
the type
yeah,
Model 3 is 30 or something
Yeah,
like that. I think.
starting $30,000.
Yeah.
just nice.
But I imagine, I don't know. I don't want to like tell people the wrong numbers, but me
Yeah.
just like pulling stuff on my ass, I wouldn't be shocked if it's $100K.
Right,
At
I
least
wouldn't either. For a truck?
for that
Yeah.
that truck.
What?
And
How much did you
The
see it?
starting price for the Tesla Cybertruck.
in the
There's a
bathroom?
car in the bathroom. How'd you get in there? 1 second.
Well, I'm trying to figure out this price, and you're
Yeah.
like letting monsters out of your bathroom or something. Oh,
So
it's a
funny.
cat.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is that noise? Sorry. Per CNET, the Cybertruck is going to be 39,900 for the
Whoa!
250 mile range version.
Oh, there's a 500-mile range I heard about.
That tows 7,500 pounds. The mid range truck will cost 49,900. And then a top tier, which is 69.
So even at the most, it's 70,000.
Yeah.
So that's on par with like F-150s
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Silverados.
Well, I saw a video of one pulling an F-150.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
So, dude,
Pull.
okay, Tesla, for as much like people want to shit on it for stuff, which I think is kind of weird. I like them a lot.
Yeah. I don't
But,
know why people hate on them.
People want to shit on because they're like, well, the cost, the carbon,
like,
the
yeah.
carbon cost to make all this stuff doesn't outweigh the lifetime of whatever.
Yes, it does.
Whatever the stuff you want to shit
Yeah.
on it for, dude. He's fucking Iron Man making shit
Right.
for the world. Any whoozy.
Yeah.
The thing they know how to do better than any other car company is fucking marketing.
Marketing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Marketing. Like, I'm just winging it, and I'm at a marketing job. And they're just like, yeah, let's tow an F-150.
Right,
That'll
yeah.
get people stoked.
Well, then, like, the owner of like F-150 was calling him out, saying this wasn't a fair test. And so-
Why?
don't ask me.
And it was uphill, too, by the way. The Cybertruck was going uphill.
So this
the
might
truck
be
is
what
gonna-
it's catering to, like non-truck people. Like, I know
Yeah.
you guys are really into trucks. I like
I'm not-
trucks.
I'm not a
If I
huge
see a
car
cool
person.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge car person.
There's a new F-150, the new 2020. It's a hybrid.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's weird.
I saw that.
I was
But-
sitting next to it. I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I was sitting next to a truck, an F-150 at a light.
It's out?
And then, and this guy started pulling off, and I heard his car restart, and I was like, is that a fucking
Well, my car
hybrid
That's
F-150?
what I hate that feature.
Well,
on
my car
cars,
does
though.
that.
I
I didn't
hate
see
that feature on cars.
I don't know if it's electric or not.
It's annoying.
It's
But-
hybrid. Because if it's like below a certain point,
It switches
only
over
uses
to an
battery.
electric motor. You have an electric motor in your car if it does that.
Mine just turns off. Because
Fully?
yeah.
That's annoying as hell.
Yeah, it doesn't when it's warm. So in the summertime, it'll do it. If I have the AC blasting, it won't. Yeah, because otherwise it would make noise. But in the wintertime, it usually stays on the whole entire time. But if I come to a complete stop, it'll turn off the motor.
I hate that.
I can
hate
turn
all
it
that.
off, but yeah, it's okay. As long as I'm like, it's okay as long as I'm not the first person at the stoplight. Because it takes a second, and then I gotta go. Where if it's like I'm the third car back, I see it turn green, lift up the brake, it turns on.
Yeah.
That's like opposite of me. In my car, I don't have the car I want, so it does. I don't do it. But on my motorcycle, dude, I'll go to a light instead of turning off. I'll just. It's like I'll start going for it. It's so easy because people are like, man, motorcycle people are turds. They think that's. Nobody thinks that's cool, dude. Like, nice small wiener,
Yeah.
whatever the jokes are, right? When you hear people hammering it.
So you do it
I'll
for
tell you
yourself.
what, when you're on it,
Yeah.
that's all you want to do. And like you do it, and then like even though you know nobody else thinks that's cool,
Yeah.
it's a douche move. Don't do it. But then when you're on it, you're like, man, people are noticing me. You like look around, you're like, look at all these people looking at me. They must think I'm so cool.
Yeah, you go on like a parking ramp and just rev it. You're like, yeah, that sounds pretty fucking cool.
And people are like, man, people think I'm so cool. Right now. And you just man. You just keep doing it. I can't stop myself, even though I know that that's not.
But then you're like
public opinion.
You switch positions. You're in the car and someone with a motorcycle. Like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same concept with like being a pedestrian. You're like at a Target or something. Someone's like walking up to the doors and you're like, fucking move. But then when you're the one walking, you're like, I'm taking my fucking time. Pedestrians got right away. What you gonna do?
I get out of the way.
I'm going in to get my shredded cheese, paper towels, and prescription deodorant.
Prescription deodorant.
I've heard about prescription deodorant. Yeah. I don't know if it's a real thing or not. If any of you have prescription deodorant, let us know.
Well, because I used to have an issue with my armpits where I would get like super bad rashes.
You actually did have prescription?
It wasn't prescription. It was like
different stuff. So
it was like totally odorless deodorant.
Because I always thought it was like a joke. People were like, "Oh, this guy stinks so fucking bad. He needs prescription deodorant."
Probably because they have like fungus in their armpits.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see that.
But now that makes that sad, though.
Yeah, it does.
So, like,
now
you
feel bad
for him. Where you're like, dude, the guy's got fucking mushrooms in his armpit and stuff. It's not okay.
You try and have that shit. Yeah.
I don't have any fungus, but I do have some rice and chicken in my fridge I need to throw away. Yeah. So today when I was making food, I was like, I made that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's not moldy yet. I gotta throw that. That's always a slap in the face too, though, when you open your fridge and you're like, gross.
Yeah.
Gross, I forgot to cut that cantaloupe or something.
Yep. Yeah, that's the worst too. Like, because we have a rice cooker, and so we always make rice in that, and it makes the rice so much better. And so we
does it?
It does.
Okay.
It makes it perfect every time.
Instapot brand?
I don't know. It's Renee's technically. I don't know what brand it is, but it takes like 30 minutes, and like you just put the rice in the water and it just cooks. But we forgot because we never eat all of the rice, and we were gonna leave some for like leftovers. Rice. We left rice in it, and it's wet because it's rice.
Yeah.
And then we had closed it,
so now it's dark.
So that it wasn't getting like so we closed it so it wasn't like getting dried out or anything.
It was sealed.
And then but then we forgot it was there, and then it was like a week later we decided to make burrito bowls again, and I opened it to make rice, and it just fucking reeked. It was like hit my face like a brick. I was like,
this is what I don't understand, and it's probably because I'm a designer and not a smart person. But so like you made rice, right? So only thing in that rice cooker was rice and water. Does rice have fungus in it? Or does fungus somehow creep into the pot?
Did you add anything to it at all?
No, it was just water and rice. But
there's gotta be some sugars in it that got what bacteria eats.
Well,
what I'm saying was the whatever that fungus comes from, does that inherently in rice? Is that a bacteria in rice, or does bacteria find its way into the pot?
Yeah, depends into it.
I think more so. The bacteria was introduced to it when I rinsed the rice, and then we touched it and everything, and then we closed it, and it was warm and wet and dark, and so the bacteria was just like, yum.
Don't ever unplug your fridge at all, because like that cold is restraining it. Like if you spill anything in the fridge, you think you wiped it up like that, your fridge will turn black.
Yeah,
I've seen it, dude.
If you unplug it.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, because the fridge being on is the only thing that circulates air through it. And so otherwise it's just an airlock box, and so everything in there.
Little like thing on my fridge for the light. You know, you open the door. I remember when I was a kid, I was testing. I was like, "How does this work?" And then at a certain point, like the light comes on.
Wow, there's like a little gremlin in there, like clicking the light
on. And then you feel like an idiot. It's like a little tap.
Yeah.
But like now where it is in the fridge, I'll reach in to grab stuff and I bump it with my arm.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's the biggest inconvenience in my life. Like I'm reaching in, I'm like, the damn light turned off. I'm looking for stuff.
Like knocking shit over because you can't see.
I'm trying to get the leftovers of my Papa Murphy's pizza, and they're turning the lights off on me.
Dude, you're not going Papa John's?
No.
With the recent outcomings of Papa John's?
Well, that's why I'm going with Papa Murphy's.
Wait,
you know, they say they get rid of the problem, but did they?
Yeah.
What's going on?
You don't know the Papa John's?
You're living under a rock.
Yeah.
Is that them?
So the CEO stepped down.
He said some big words.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry, dude, it broke the puzzle.
Fucking throwing puzzle pieces
he said some words.
Papa said some big words.
That was a while ago, wasn't it though?
Yeah, that he stepped down. That was during like last year's Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But then it's come around. I'm sure he was under some agreement for a while.
Have you seen that he still wears like a red shirt all the
Yeah.
time, as if
with like a J on it?
Yeah, so like instead of a red button up with Papa Murphy's written here, he'll wear a red button up with like J. Crew or like some random logo.
So he's still in uniform.
He's still in uniform.
But yeah, so he said some naughty things and didn't really apologize for it, and then I think the board made him step down, and then I don't think he was allowed to talk about anything for a while because he didn't, or he was trying to get his case.
Can we invite him on to
he's gonna be on the H3 podcast.
I know, I saw that.
He like had a video like on a mountain. He was like,
Papa bless.
Yeah, Papa bless. It's finally happening. Coming on to the H3 with those great people, and it's funny.
Which I thought was hilarious.
It was,
when I
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah, but that was the only thing with him, right?
He said some bad words, basically.
And then he had an interview recently where he said that the two current owners of Papa John's should be in prison because they stole the company from him by outing him about this stuff. And yeah. So
he also said he eats 40 pizzas in a month.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was like I ate 40 because he said it sounded really. He was like I ate 40 pizzas in 30 days, and he's like
God.
And
Alyssa gets mad at me if we eat in 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
or
I can eat pizza a lot. I don't think I can eat that much pizza.
30. I mean, that's more than one a day.
That's more than one a day.
Especially if he's talking about the entire pizza.
He ate pizza for dinner every night that
Also,
month,
he's
and an additional 10 days on top of it.
Do you think he's a billionaire or a millionaire?
Millionaire.
Okay, so either way, multi-million, probably a couple hundred.
Yeah.
But like, millionaire like that ain't eating small pizzas either. He's buying the big ones.
Yeah, it's not like a tiny slice with like a.
He's
bay
not
leaf
getting
on
those
it.
little Totino's pizzas.
Right.
He's
I did
getting
that.
big
The
pizza.
party pizzas.
I think he still gets Papa John's pizza.
That's what he. Yeah.
Oh, that's what
And he was eating Papa John's pizzas 40 times a
It'd be funny if
month.
you were like betraying someone else's brand.
Well, he wanted to keep track of the quality. He said the quality's dropped. That was his whole case.
Oh, that
behind
was what the thing was about?
Yeah,
So,
he's like, I
like,
had
that's
40
me only
pizzas.
understanding the meme.
Yeah.
Where people are like, 40 pizzas in 30
Yeah.
days. Meanwhile, this psychopath is like, I gotta make sure all their
Yeah.
pizza's good.
Yeah.
And so he just
Well, because the
keeps
current
buying it.
CEO, if I remember right, he used to be the president of Arby's.
Yeah, I remember
And so
hearing
in the
about that.
interview, Papa John's like, he has no experience in the pizza category. It's like, what does that mean? Like,
It's fast food. He can
and he's
figure it
not
out.
making
Also,
the pizzas.
yeah, he's not making it at that level. He's like just directing money.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're putting this much into this budget and that into that.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even
Who
say
cares if I'm throwing together half-ass pizzas or half-ass roast beef?
Right, yeah.
Also, when was the last time you had Arby's?
A long time.
God, I gotta be like.
I didn't eat it in moderation the last time I had it. I know
No?
that.
the last-
Do you get the meat mountain?
Meat
the
Mountain.
Meat Mountain?
Yeah. It's like, I think it's a secret menu. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
But it has like, it's like a sandwich like this big.
Sweet.
I have a problem with it, so like I'll only if
So we're
I've ever
going
gone
then,
there,
and then
which
we're
is
gonna make
years,
Cody eat it.
years
No.
years ago. But it was like only it was like bread and roast beef. That's it. And I know it's like beef and cheddar. I think is what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
Grosses me out because there was a movie. I think it's called Saving Silverman.
Yes.
I'm not sure, but at some point they tie a girl up in the basement.
Oh.
And they're like holding her hostage because like whatever, I think she's their friend's girlfriend and they're trying to like whatever, they're interviewing.
Yeah.
It's the 90s, it was okay to show that.
Yeah.
So or whatever. Anywho's he feeds her an Arby's sandwich and they're supposed to like make it like a funny sexy scene where the cheese drips down onto her boob and then he's
God.
looking at her boobs. I've never been more disgusted by that cheese sauce in my life. So now, because of that scene, I will not eat those. That's probably why Arby's doesn't have my business.
Yeah. You think so? Their
It's
marketing
because of
is
that
great.
scene.
Was it bad? Was it like a bad? Was it like bad looking? Or
It
just
wasn't a
didn't
bad
look-
scene or anything, but it was just the disgusting
Yeah.
part of combining cheese with sex.
Greasy cheese
Yeah.
group.
Yeah, and it's not even like cheese. It's like, yeah, like you
Yeah,
said, it's like
cheese goo.
greasy cheese sauce.
Yeah.
I'm like, not about it.
No. Yikes.
Yeah, it disgusts me. Like when people like say they're gonna combine food, like I'm sure people are like, yeah, whipped cream's so hot, I put it on so and so and I licked
Yeah.
it off. That sounds disgusting.
It's like sticky.
Have you ever put whipped cream on your fucking hand or anything? Even it starts to to like melt.
Yeah, like instantly.
Yeah, it's not hot. Like it's just like melting down.
Or like chocolate sauce too.
Yeah,
That's
no
another
thank
one.
you.
Like you're just covered in sticky and wake up and there's ants all over your body. You're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and
God."
it's on your bed sheets. You take
Right,
a shower and then do the laundry.
Yeah, it's like you're like your wife asks you to, like mix it up, so like you come home and you have like the bed covered in like a tarp and everything, and it's like
Looks
I
like
just
Dexter.
want-
It looks like Dexter.
yeah. She's like, are you gonna murder me or are we incorporating food?
I thought we were gonna fuck with some chocolate.
Before I knew it, I was wrapped up in plastic.
Mix it up.
And I was wrapped up in chocolate, and I didn't know where he began and the tarp ended.
Oh God.
Or it's like chocolate's a normal for you, so when she says mix it up, you're like using like spray cheese or something like that.
Easy cheese. A jar of Marmalade or something.
Yeah, no, thank you, dude. Strawberries is about the closest it'll ever get, and even then, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, even then, it's just you just eat it.
Well, it feels cringy because like the whole thing like, oh, let's feed each other, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
like give you the other, like I'd give you a strawberry, right? It seems cringy because like immediately if a girl did that to me, I'd be like, I cannot even see the romance in this.
Yeah.
To me, it's just cringy that you're like, let me feed you.
Yeah.
This is the motorcycle thing where he's saying it now, but later
Well, he's in the moment.
he's like, absolutely, let's do it right now.
If anyone wants to feed me strawberries,
Here's my address. No, but I totally agree with you. I think the same thing too. Because I used to be like I used to really, and I've like kind of like thought about this a lot lately. But I used to be like the romance guy. Like, oh, I want to like
Cody,
I want
You and me
to play
talked a
guitar.
little bit about this.
Yeah, I was like, I want to like play guitar at a stage. It's empty and just my girlfriend in the audience, and I just tell her how much I love her. I wanted because she'll feel so special.
Special.
But like as like a naive teenager, I'm like, that's what they want because that's in the movies.
Yeah.
And now as an adult, I'm like,
Can you imagine if
No.
like,
They would
imagine if someone did that to you
instantly.
yeah,
and they're calling you out and they're like, "I love you, babe. This one's for you." I'd be like, "Stop."
yeah, like.
Just like slowly sinking.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And they do that in movies all the time. They'll like run up to a mic and they're like, "Sandra, I just have to tell you I've loved you every moment." It's like, stop
Yeah,
doing what you're doing,
Yeah, if
dude.
that happened in real life, everyone in the audience is like, "Fuck you, dude!
Yeah.
Why are you interrupting my U2 concert?"
I paid $118 for this ticket.
Yeah,
Also, as if you're gonna make it to the stage.
right. Yeah,
Have you ever been to a concert? There's
Yeah.
like a line of security people
yeah,
in front of
and
the
they're
stage.
all like bigger than football players, and it's
They all
like,
look pissed, by the
Yeah.
way, too. They're
could-
over it.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
it's-
dude, you're at this like $100 concert for
And there's-
free, and the guy's like, "Better
and there's-
not even try to touch
Yeah.
this stage."
and then there's like their 10th night in a row, it's like, oh fucking.
yeah.
That's
Try
right.
it,
Yeah,
try it.
probably a big part of it. They're just
That's it.
tired.
Oh, dude.
I was really into, I still do when I lift, but like hardcore screamo, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, I was way into it. And you'd go to these shows at different venues. There was always this guy. He always brought a cinch backpack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after the first or second song, he'd disappear and then come back. And he always came out in a Hulk Hogan costume. You start to recognize him. You'd go to different shows around the city. And
Really?
you'd
Same,
see,
same guy?
same dude. And he'd just show up, and that was his persona. So he'd like jump in the mosh pit as Hulk
Oh
Hogan.
my god.
With like a wig and the red shirt and the yellow like shorts.
Was he like scrawny? It'd be funny if
No,
like,
he is a
oh,
big dude.
Okay. It feels like Cody style, like scrawny.
Yeah.
You're really
He was
funny.
like kind of strong, kind of fat, that body.
Okay,
Yeah.
And
Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
yeah. And I was just like, whoa. And
Yeah.
every time, I loved it. I love the idea of that.
Someone doing that.
Yeah, just creating a persona and
Is
then
it the
getting known
superfan?
for it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Looks like we here in St. Cloud we have
Superman?
St. Cloud Superman.
I don't know this.
You don't know about St. Cloud Superman?
Oh,
You,
Oh,
you know what's
bro.
funny about that is I partied when I was like 19. I didn't go to St. Cloud, but I must have partied here every weekend for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
7 and 7, if you know where that is.
Yeah.
There's a house there. I think it's for sale now. My buddies were living there, so I'd go there every weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, so I know the
Yeah,
town.
Probably in town. Well, because, wait. I moved here. No, I lied. I moved here when I was 21.
What, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 26.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What does that mean?
How old are you?
23.
So you make me, I'm the old fuck.
Yeah. Every year only a year older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're old too.
Yeah. Welcome to the old. It's our quarter life crisis time.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But no, St. Cloud Superman. I suppose we should probably tell you about that.
Yeah,
he's
I
like
don't know
a he's
what
like
I
a Midwest icon.
You
So,
want to call him that?
Yeah, he he used to be in decent shape, and he used to just always stand in the corner of like at a Dairy Queen downtown in St. Cloud, and he would just like say hi to kids, and like it was just it. When you're a kid, you're like, it's Superman, but when you're an adult, you're like, you're a pedophile probably.
Don't touch my kid.
Yeah, but it got bad. He started getting into like some beef with people, and Facebook started
Beef?
hitting. Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, so it turns out that Superman is an extremely racist character.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So he calls people the N-word all the time.
Whoa,
and,
for
like,
real?
Yeah.
Okay, so out on the street, a guy dressed as Superman was using the N-word?
Yeah. Well, he got in a fight with some kid. It was like something happened where the guy made fun of him for being a pedophile.
The kid did?
Yeah, and then he's in college, so he's a kid. This guy's a full-grown ass adult. And he ended up like getting in a fight with him or something. Something happened, he got arrested, and he was in jail for a while.
Superman.
Yeah, and then now he's like really fat, and he's just like a big like lazy guy, and he sits at the mall sometimes with a Superman cutoff shirt and just listens to music. Yeah.
Okay, let's see this. Oh my god. Is there a way? Oh, you should find a way to see if you can get this up on the stream so people can see it. But God, that's gross.
And
Are those cowboy boots?
Those are cowboy boots.
Yeah, so he gets into fights all the time on the internet now, and
I just think it's funny, the idea. Oh my god. Whatever. The idea of them being like, man, will you touch kids or something? And like, fuck off then! And then just like going ham using every slur.
Yep.
And you're like, these kids are like, Superman's not supposed to do it!
I thought Superman was invincible!
You got some weirdos up here in St. Cloud, man.
Oh, dude, this place is
The joy.
yeah.
A joy?
That's a good way to put it.
I mean, I don't want to be a bummer, but I mean, you had that guy, you had that stabbing thing at the mall.
Yep.
I thought there was one or two.
Bomb threats at Walmart.
The helicopter that just went down a couple days ago.
Why didn't I know about that?
Yeah, I think it's St. Francis or St. Joseph.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it's right around
Yeah.
here.
Blackhawk went down and killed like 5 or 6 people.
Seriously?
No, 3.
3?
It was
I didn't hear
3
about this
crew.
at all.
It was 3 crew members for the Minnesota National Guard, and it was just a routine maintenance thing, and then something happened and it crashed, and the dude died,
Jeez.
which is really sad.
It is.
But yeah, I don't know. You guys have a lot of weird drama
Yeah,
up here,
there's something in the air around here.
or in the water or something. You offered me water. I didn't want to drink it because I was worried
It was
about
bottled.
It's bottled, so you're
Oh,
fine.
okay. Is it bottled in St. Cloud?
Yeah, I don't know. Bottled in the quarries. You ever been to the quarries?
People talk about the quarries. I've been coming here for years, and they're like, "Let's go to the quarries." I don't know what the quarries are.
Yeah, it's like,
they're pretty, but not in the summer.
oh, it's packed.
Yeah, it's just full of drunk college kids that are jumping in a hole of water.
Okay.
But it's cool. I mean, like,
Oh,
if
I
you go
think I might have been there. Is there
Yeah.
like a really tall spot you can jump
Yep,
off of?
yep.
I
It's
went
just
there
big
once
rock
when I was
walls.
like 14 with a friend.
It's where they used to mine granite, yeah, and then they just flooded them. And
I remember I got freaked out because like someone told me how deep it was, and I was like,
yeah.
"What if I'm not a good
Yeah.
swimmer?"
And there was a myth.
He's
for
like,
a
"I
long
guess you'll
time.
die."
Yeah, there was a myth for a long time that like they had a net on the bottom
Oh,
that they
really?
would like bring it up every month to make sure no one was dead in it.
What?
There was
So it
yeah.
doesn't save lives.
No.
It keeps your body from
Yeah.
floating to the
Yeah,
bottom.
Is
it's
that
just so they
is
can
that
find
really
it.
deep? I didn't know about this.
Oh, it's really deep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because it is like the area around it isn't extremely like. Because normally the deeper you go, the wider your thing has to be. So
Yeah.
machinery can drive down. It's not very wide.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
No, but they just did things different back then. This is a long time ago that they used those.
You just send a dude down on a rope
Yeah.
with a pickaxe. Like, Larry, just shout if you got him, come up. Just some dude on a rope just...
He's got his
Tink.
canary in a little cage so you can tell if there's gas in the
Yeah,
air.
exactly. He's getting black lung.
Yep.
How do you guys feel about people getting... feels like an old topic. This is
What?
so old, but how do you feel about people getting upset about coal going away? The coal industry and stuff like that.
I know nothing about
You
it.
know anything about
No.
it? I think it's weird that people are getting upset about
Yeah,
it.
it's
Like,
well,
weird that you'd be
just the
mad.
transition from
coal to
to
other stuff or whatever.
renewable energy.
And it happens in the other job markets too, but I think it's crazy
Yeah.
when people are like, I've been doing this for 40 years. And I know to someone who's in the job, they're like, fuck you, I don't care about what you're about to say. But
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. And they're like, I've been doing this for 40 years. I'm like, yeah, that's fantastic, but like, just doesn't make sense to do it anymore. Sorry.
Right, exactly, yeah. So, like, I mean, that's just going to be the way it is with a lot of things.
That's how it works with a million things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if one day they're just like, I don't even need a designer. I can do an automated
Exactly,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like even not what it's almost to what you're doing a little bit. You have one man doing the like some people already have the logo and they're throwing on thousands of stuff. The software's already doing that.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy how much how far it can go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are getting upset. They're like, all this automation is happening. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
It's just gonna be like Wall-E.
The physical stuff. Yeah, we were just watching.
I'm actually excited for Wall-E to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
yeah,
live
dude.
on space.
So like I was telling you, I'm already telling myself I'm probably not gonna last on this liquid diet thing I'm doing. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to become obese and never have to walk again, and just have all my needs taken care of.
A floating chair that just takes you where you need it.
They never addressed it on the show. How do you go to the bathroom in that chair?
Probably just like
In the
opens
movie.
up or something. And just...
So you gotta go like.
They also just like. Did they not have jobs? They just it's all 24/7 vacation.
Yeah, the captain had a job.
It's barely.
Yeah, barely.
But it's like you just sit in that chair and just go shit, and then the chair opens up and.
Yeah. And the robot's like, "Thank you."
Your bones
Yeah,
deteriorate.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then you go hungry. Force feeds you pizza.
It's a
Force
smoothie.
feeds you, yeah. Gross.
Or it's the liquid, whatever.
Yeah.
That's it. And then you say sleep, and then it gives you
Lights
a pill
go down.
or something. That's it. That's all you're gonna have to do.
This is gonna be the Matrix, and then just use
Why
it.
even be alive then, though?
I'm fine with that.
As long as I can play Overwatch, I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. You can just hook me up to the internet, and I can play games, man.
That's
Ready
true.
Player One, dude. Just live that life. Except that movie, I don't want to do that stuff. That movie, do you ever play VR chat? Or even
I've seen
see
it.
stuff about it?
Mhm.
Okay, so...
That's exactly what it would be for like a while.
yeah, but it blows my mind. In Ready Player One, everyone's like, some cool character. Or like, maybe a custom character or whatever.
Not
VR
really,
chat has taught me that
Yeah.
everyone wants to be an anime girl.
Yeah. That is true.
I'm surprised.
Or like Sonic.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen any like meme avatars in
Yeah.
Ready Player One. I'm like, you know how many people would do that?
Yeah.
Like, this dumb piece of shit is who I want to be.
Yeah.
And that's what it would be. But no
Yeah.
one does that.
That one. I've seen the movie and I read the book. They had a lot of cameos or like
A bunch.
yeah. Well, like I know Master Chief is in there. A bunch of Spartans were in there.
Iron Giant Tracer was in it.
Tracer was Overwatch was in. That was really cool. So like stuff like that, they hit a little harder than Anime Girl, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
That's what I'm saying. So that's how they tried to do it. Because like I think they were like, if we see a bunch of weebs
Yeah.
pulling this like. Because nothing's more jarring in VR chat. I don't do it a lot, but I've done it a couple times. And nothing's more jarring than the first time you play it and you're like, whatever, it's an anime girl, but you're like, it's cute.
Yeah.
And you're like, you walk up and you're like, what's up? You're just trying to talk to people, and then some dude comes out of an anime girl voice like, what's up? And you're like, whoa. And it's everyone.
I'm talking about that in the
Everyone.
books, like
Yeah.
either you're this like just weird fictional character, or you're
Custom.
Mm-hmm.
or like a prostitute looking with like a wasp waist,
Yeah.
giant hips, big boobs, stuff like
Yep.
that. It's like that's your two things you see in the ways,
Yeah.
and they talk about it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Do it in Second Life too.
Did you, I don't know, because we was talking about Ready Player One, and then I remember that scene you showed me where like they're in The Shining.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you know they made a sequel to The Shining?
No.
It
Also-
just came out. I just watched it not that long ago.
Also, might hate me. I've never seen The Shining.
Either
Oh.
way.
Well then.
I know
this
I
won't-
need
might not
to.
be
It's a
as important.
classic.
Yeah, well they came out with the sequel. The
Oh,
Shining.
I'm unprofessional.
Uh-oh.
Get off of me.
Yeah.
The Shining was honestly a fantastically directed movie, and like they just did a
Oh, yeah.
really good job. It's kind of long and droning, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
It's like the whole movie is just supposed to feel like anxiety,
Okay.
and so like, but not like, but
So what's
not
wrong
like
with the
jump
second
scares.
one? But so
So the second one's called Doctor Sleep, and it's when the little boy in the movie grows up, and then they like explain how the Shining happened, and it was like that the house. I don't want to spoil it, but but like they used the second movie to explain how the
first.
first one happened, and it's basically like the kid's fault, and then it's like, but it's not the same. It's like an action movie almost.
Okay.
So like the first one's like a horror movie.
it's like a horror suspense.
Yeah, and then the second one, it's like there's these like psychics who are trying to get him,
Okay.
and they're just like they eat
Did you
souls
watch-
to live
did you
forever.
watch-
It's
oh.
like what the? It's like that's not the
So
Shining,
like, those sound like concepts I like, but
not as
I'm
a
sure they
sequel
were
to The
done
Shining.
terrible.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing.
Did you guys see Donnie Darko?
I have not.
You should do yourself a favor and watch that.
That's a good movie.
But I love Donnie Darko. And then did you know they made a sequel to Donnie
I
Darko?
did not know that.
And it's called, I think it's called D2.
Oh no.
Yeah. and it's about his sister. And so in Donnie Darko, you won't know, but you would. But in Donnie Darko, they have the main character is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yep.
And so,
Handsome man.
well, it's kind of gross because he's a teenager in that movie. But anywho's, it's about him. I think he has.
Oh, he's anymore less attractive now.
Yeah, he has some sort of mental problems. They don't quite touch on it. And he starts seeing like the end of the world and some weird visions, and it touches on a few things that I still don't understand after seeing it like 5 times. Yeah. Anywho, he has a little sister. She has maybe one line of dialogue in the movie where he's like, shut up, and she's like, no, or something like that, right? And she goes to her room. The second movie is all about her, and it is just her tripping through time. Like,
oh god,
she's just like, I can understand everything. Like all these concepts that you kind of understood in the first one, which made sense if you watch it a couple times. They just go full in the paint. They're like, and it's all these star systems and in the parts of your brain that can understand that people think are mental illness. It's not mental illness. You can just see the future, and it's all this crazy stuff. And I was like, great, you just ruined a classic movie by trying to explain it. Yeah. So it sounds similar to your Shining thing.
That was what was like such a big thing about it, was like that fascination of like, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, that happens a lot with movies where it's like, just leave it alone, don't make a sequel. It's perfect.
Yeah,
like it'll go down as a cult classic if you just leave it alone.
The Disney does that a lot
like
too.
The Room.
Oh, I mean,
The Room.
If they made a Room 2, it'd be Room.
It would.
I've never been able to sit through a whole viewing of The Room.
I've seen it 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see it, so...
You know what we're talking about?
No idea.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, he's like... I did not hit her. I did not. It's bullshit. Oh, hi, Mark. It's like one of the worst movies ever made. Okay. And it was like the biggest...
You're my favorite customer. Bye, Dougie.
Yeah. I love that movie so much. It's so like, bad.
Honestly, it looks like they dubbed over the entire film.
They did
a lot of dubbing.
Yeah, so some of it they filmed on Super 8 film.
Yeah,
and some of it they filmed on digital.
Digital and film, right?
And he mixed it. And he did all this, which Super 8 film at that time and now is stupid expensive. And so like they went in so much debt after that movie.
I thought I heard like 8 mil.
Yeah. Yeah, they lost a lot of money in that movie. And now everyone's like, yeah, he's famous because he's a weird guy in a movie that everyone knows.
He also still claims that he's from L.A.
Really?
And they're like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from L.A.
Yeah, he has a really, like, weird
it's accent. Like a Serbian accent or something. Yeah. He's, like, from Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Clearly. Also, like, he's never explained how he had $8 million to fund a movie like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he just kind of came out of nowhere. Tommy Wiseau, that's his name.
Okay.
He just kind of came out of nowhere, made this movie, and disappeared.
Starred in this movie.
Yeah. Well, he wrote the movie, directed it, and starred in it. So those always go well.
Nice.
But yeah, you should watch it. I've never sat through the whole thing, and so like I wanted to go see it at like a cinema in Minneapolis was gonna play it. I was like, yeah, I'm down. And I told someone about it. They're like, you're not gonna hear anything. Yeah. Like the whole thing is inside jokes. People are just gonna show up and like talk to the screen. I was like, bummer.
Yeah, that is what they do. There's one famous.
Isn't there a
scene.
Spoons thing?
Yep. So they have when they built the set, it's all in like one house basically. There's a couple scenes that aren't, but like. There's one picture on like the end table of their couch, and it just has like it's a stock image of spoons. So like when they bought the frame, they just left the picture.
Oh, nice.
And so when it comes on screen, everyone's like spoons, and in some places they throw spoons at the screen and stuff. I'm like, yeah. That's what happens in like cult classics though.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
Inside jokes and.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
So I wanna cash in on that. Next time they do a public screening, I'm gonna go. I went to one for Blue Velvet. If you know what that is. Didn't love it. I thought it was a weird movie. People loved it though. I couldn't get into it. It's by the guy who did Twin Peaks. I can't think of his name. But people love his stuff so much.
I wish they did some more stuff like that around here.
Up here is a little difficult. Come down to Minneapolis, and it's like every friggin' day.
They have weird things going on all the time. Wow. But yeah, in St. Cloud, they should do more like community stuff though.
They do get some stuff here. You can see some, not like I don't know if it's community stuff, but it'll be small type events that goes on here. That's requested and stuff like that. I know.
Yeah, I mean I've been to a couple like this in the Colburn's parking lot here. They'll have some stuff. I remember.
Really?
Like St. Patty's Day, I think they had a big thing there. Not this year, but year before I know they did. Something like that. And then they do some community stuff, but it mostly involves alcohol.
Yeah. Which is tough. Over time, I've been like, man, I don't know. I just don't feel like drinking or so whatever it is. You go to a thing and it's like, $1 PBRs all night. And you're like, oh, my Lord.
Well, My plans have changed.
Not only that, Errol, it's like these are not the people I want to be hanging out with who are doing tall boys to PBR all night.
Right, yeah.
No thanks. That's gross. No.
Yeah, St. Cloud does have a really big community problem, though. I don't know if it's gotten better.
It's probably because the whole community revolves around the college.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that it's like all the surrounding areas are farms, and a lot of the people who live in the city are definitely city people. So you have like farmers and city people like bashing heads, and so you have like a ton of racism going on. There's a ton of like division.
Yeah, but then you get stuff like St. Cloud Superman.
Yeah, well, he's just an idol. So.
Idol.
Cody's role model.
No,
you guys heard it. Cody idolizes a racist. Take him down.
Hey man, we talked about this before too. Everyone idolizes George Washington, but he was also a racist.
And a slave owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's the greatest man alive. He built America on his back, or well, his slaves' backs.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it just gets glazed over.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was talking about that. Yeah, like we were talking about Lewis and Clark too.
I think we were talking about Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, how like Sacagawea guided them both all across the nation just because she's
out of the goodness of her heart.
Yeah.
As you don't think at any point there like.
Yeah, you don't want to say the negatives.
I'm not gonna say.
We all know what happened.
Yeah, you don't think at any point they're like, get us going.
Yeah,
just like mad or something.
Yeah, like they like got like stuck somewhere or something. And
also, wasn't she like 14?
Oh yeah,
she was, and she had a baby.
But
yeah,
I wonder if that was her choice.
Yeah, well,
she got a say in it.
She had it was like they found her. She already had a baby.
Got it.
And then like she had to take it with her. Like it was her baby with somebody else in the tribe.
My point is that throughout human history, people are so evil. I wouldn't be shocked if they're like, yeah, she also had 3 other babies that just weren't her choice. It's like, great. That also spoils Lewis and Clark and Davy Crockett and whatever other American. Was Paul Bunyan a rapist?
You're saying Pocahontas isn't real?
What's that?
Pocahontas isn't real?
No, that's real, Jordan.
But yeah, when you get into like American Idols, American Idols and legends and stuff like that, it always sucks because you have to remember all the horror that
what actually happened.
Yeah, exactly. What actually happened?
Like the Grimm,
Brothers Grimm.
Brothers Grimm, the original ones and stuff like that.
Yeah,
pretty gruesome and stuff like that. Like Cinderella.
Yeah,
she like cut her heel. The sisters would cut their heels
to fit. Yeah,
it's like ugh.
I can't remember. There's another guy. There's a German dude who's accredited for it, and I cannot think of his name. But basically, he went around and, like, these are all just folklore stories. Mm-hmm. And he made it his life's work to just travel around Germany and France and stuff like that. Take the common stories, write them down. Mm-hmm. And that's what turned into Grimm Brothers. And some other stuff. And the Cinderella was one. Little Mermaid, the original story is...
pretty bad.
Eric does not fall in love with her. Mm-hmm. And the spell ends... And so the end of the story is half that the spell ends and kills her, and half that she commits suicide. She like jumps out of a window, and as she's falling, she turns into sea foam. Oh, and that's it. That's how she dies. So that's like the Little Mermaid.
Well, like all those old stories are all supposed to be like tragedies. Like any Greek story mostly is a tragedy.
Greek
or Roman or any like all these ancient stories, it was just like they always ended so bad, and it was because their lives were shitty, and they're like something has to be worse, so and we gotta make it up if it's not.
I mean that's where religion came to be. Is you have to believe in something that wasn't there.
Something's better.
Yeah, I know. This can't be it.
Well, I don't know about better. The Greeks made their like top dog god Zeus a full on rapist. Yeah, he turned into a goose and then raped someone or something like that.
Well, yeah. But I don't know if it was him, but
you really got punished for looking good in ancient Greece.
Yeah, you did.
If you were an attractive person in ancient Greece, you're done.
Skis.
You're done.
That
one lady got turned into a cow and spent eternity being chased by a fly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of nasty or like even like the Dante's Inferno, like one of the layers of hell where it's
Dante's Inferno was interesting though because Dante, the guy who wrote it, was a Christian. Yeah, so
it's Christian.
The whole story just shits on Greek mythology, and he's basically like, "Look how badass I am. Cerberus is nothing to me. Look at all these sinners from this heathen, whatever it is."
Like I remember the one
of the layers of hell was
it was like you're buried and like it's like up to your face and your eyelids are stuck open and there's this might not be from Dante's Inferno, but I remember hearing about this in high school, and like a giant dragon flies over every 2 hours or whatever and just dries your eyes out.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah. I'm like, that's such a weird. How did you think of that?
Yeah, they always do weird stuff like
Yeah.
that. There's another one for like I cannot remember what the sin was, but basically like you're just whenever the wind blows, you like fly with it, and it reflected on your indecisiveness or something. And I cannot remember what the sin was for it, but yeah, people were. It was a weird book.
Yeah, I really wanted to play that game when they had it come out. Dante's Inferno.
Coolest part of that game is they had Bill Withers, "Ain't No Sunshine," in the in the
I
commercial.
forgot about that.
Ain't no sunshine when she go, and then he just jumps down this hole.
Yeah.
All these cool monsters.
Yep. My mom would not let me play those games when I lived there, though. She was very like.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was very just like, nope. The world is a good place.
I got pretty much everything I wanted for video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, well, it was Pokemon and Mario up until I was 13, and then basically my parents gave me an Xbox 360, and I got into Halo 3, and it was over.
Oh,
Yeah, it was over.
Halo
Once you hear
3,
those
COD
voice
4.
chats. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then you get like Modern Warfare 2 came out when I was 15,
Yeah.
16 maybe. So, you know, at that point, you're definitely not a kid anymore. People are handing out hand jobs left and right or whatever it is. But they got that mission in the game where you go shoot up the airport or whatever.
Yeah. So you played the new one, right?
Yeah, I love the new one.
The new one's like we talked about it before, where they didn't have the killing
A crowd of people.
but you kill like someone that's unarmed. You know, that was pretty,
What's
like,
that one? I don't remember.
well,
Oh, yes.
the one dude down, and he's just like, you bring his family, and you're like, oh.
You and me talked about this, I think.
Yeah, we're just like,
He's a piece of shit.
This game, the game gives you no direction on what you should do. Is like,
What you have to do.
yeah, and like you said, you were opening up that one where you were trying to escort the people out, and you open the door, and the people just beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I opened the door because I didn't think there was anything else I was supposed to.
Yeah.
There was a prompt on the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I guess that's what I have to do.
Why would I have a prompt on it if it's not what you had to do?
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying. And then the game is just like, no! And it beats you
Sounds
for
like
doing
Dark
that.
Souls.
Yeah, I started because you have to hold it. You have to hold it, and I'm like, wait, these guys are trying to kill me.
And so you let go.
And I let go, and I was like, I went that way.
Yeah.
That was a heartbreaking scene. I think he kills a kid in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
It's tough to watch. And then you bring his kids and you're like, how do you like it? Son of a...
That, and like, they didn't show any kids dying, but it was the mention, like, the kid would run.
He ran into like the smoke or something.
And you hear gunshots. And then...
I wonder, because Skyrim never let you kill kids. I wonder if there's a rule in that you can't kill kids in games.
It might be.
I think so, because this was a big problem with this game, because they said there was alluding to kids dying and stuff like that. Because I can't think of any other game that would have kids. You get kids dying. I want to know.
Yeah. Skyrim, you can install mods.
Yeah.
I want to know because like,
you ever see Naked Jakey?
No.
I love that guy, but he has a bit where he's just like, "Oops, I slipped and installed a mod that lets me kill kids." Shout out to Naked.
Though when he hands you that gun to kill the one dude, you pull the trigger the first time and it just clicks because there's a bullet in it.
Yeah.
He hands you the bullets to put in it. She's holding the kid. I wonder if you could have killed her there.
I bet you could have.
But the game might have ended though. I don't
know.
Game's like,
you shouldn't be doing it.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We like to give you the option, but you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But we're actually really disappointed in the choices you made.
we're recording this, reporting the FBI right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the online for it. I haven't played COD in a long time.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of like playing Call of Duty 4 back when that came out. And I was like, I remember why this is so addicting.
Doritos sound really good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a buddy. I did the riot shield. He threw a grenade and that didn't work. And he shot at me a couple times and he's like, well, I don't know what to do. And so I just stood there. And then we were, you know, when you make a buddy in a game you can't talk to, you hump.
Yeah, you catch up and down.
And so I walked towards him. I was testing it out. I had my shield up. I was like, don't kill me. And I just like kept coming closer and closer. He didn't kill me, dude. It's like moments like that I really like in gaming.
Yeah.
Where a guy on the enemy team, you're like,
And you can he's
In
across
a
the
game-
world. He's across the world right now.
yeah, in a game that is all about like twitch movements, like
Yeah.
if you see an enemy nameplate or whatever, shoot it.
Yeah.
That's what the whole game is built on. And so you get moments like that where you're just like, I made a friend.
Yeah.
I love that.
I choose friendship.
Yeah, exactly. I love that kind of stuff. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I always love that in games too, like in Halo 3, because that was
Happened
my
in Halo
first.
3, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
would
happened
do it
all
then.
the time. You'd just be like in their base, and you both just be crouching like at each other, and their whole team's
I
like,
like
"What
that
are you
that's
doing?"
the universal language
Right.
somehow. You're just like, we're just
Yeah.
humping, man.
As long as you're not doing it in someone's body,
Right,
you're there. Because I know in
That's
Halo
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Halo 4, I believe it was Halo 4. You had holograms, and your hologram would walk
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
In Halo 4, if your hologram walked over a dead body, an enemy's dead body, it'd start teabagging.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I gotta get that. I gotta use it. But I just downloaded Halo Reach, and we should play it because Halo Reach just came out
You
for
did?
PC.
I love Halo Reach.
Yeah, that's a good game.
I told y'all I'm on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah,
Todd.
follow Shane on TikTok.
Follow me on TikTok. I don't post anything.
It's free, zero content.
But it's like it's starting to turn into vinyl a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, people have been doing
That's what I
these.
see it as.
I should show you when we're off of this because it's audio. It's whatever. Anyway, it's a thing and it's a scene out of Reach, and it like has this kind of emotional music, and I'm like, how dare you draw me back in? It's the bit because everyone also that game is just a one. Did you play Halo Reach?
Yeah.
The game is just one upping each other
Yeah.
of who can make a bigger sacrifice.
Yep.
He's like, I'm gonna jump off this ship with the bomb, and he's
Yep.
like, don't do it. Also, I never understood that. Why couldn't he just throw it off?
I don't know.
There's the big dude
Mhm.
with the minigun, and he holds the bomb and jumps off. Why couldn't you just throw it?
I don't know.
But whatever. And then there's one where he crashes a ship into a dude. There's a lot of like the best. I love it when movies do this. I love it when games do this. They're like running through a tunnel and the person is mid sentence and then just gets
Yeah.
sniped in the head. I think it's the female
I think,
Spartan.
pretty sure she did. Is it the one where she gets the needler?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like a needler sniper
Yeah.
gets shot in the head. I love those moments because that's so realistic.
Yeah.
Because like in other stuff, they'll be like they'll finish this very deep
Yeah.
thought and then get shot.
Yeah.
Where in real life, it's like, dude, that guy's just gonna shoot you. He's not gonna wait.
Exactly. Yeah.
So-
Are they done talking yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just liked that a lot. She was
Yeah.
mid sentence and then just got smacked.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like it gives you that shock.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really draws you into
yeah.
the story. I think
Yeah.
that's why I like Halo Reach a lot. Nothing will be Halo 3 for me. Now, I don't know
You
about
gotta-
story, but the multiplayer alone
Oh.
just that's
I-
near and dear to me.
Yeah, Halo 3 is that's where I started playing
Yeah.
community games.
Yes.
And so like I was super into it, but
Storyline Reach is probably
yeah, probably the best
a lot of people
one.
say ODST. I'd say Reach.
ODST was cool. I liked it, but
Commercials for it was sweet.
Yeah.
Same with Halo 3.
because they were like
Was-
live action.
Reach the one where they would? It was like they. No.
Master Chief's not in it.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
It's the other ones.
Yeah.
there as it was maybe it was Reach and like when did Halo?
What are you trying to think of?
Or no, excuse me. There was commercials I saw and it was real life. I couldn't remember. I believe it was. It's for Gears of War when they had like, a company was hooking up with one of these game companies for college students and they were showing like mini fridges and the futons and it was like, I think it was Gears now that I think of it because they chainsawed like a futon in half. And that was really cool.
That's cool.
I couldn't think of what it was now.
Yeah, I think it's funny how like cool pieces of. Well, we're trying to get into that marketing because like where you can make memorable ads.
Yeah.
Like Halo 3 had that diorama one where it was just all those little figurines and then it played Chopin's thing and it's like these panning shots over these
Yeah.
figurines. Yeah, that was emotional. And then ODST had the one where it was the guy going from a nobody to an ODST
Yeah.
through the training.
Yeah.
I still remember those, 13 years later?
Mm-hmm. Well, because that whole, because like I think ODST people liked it because it felt more real because it's like you're just a guy in the middle of this massive alien war.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh yeah, I jump 80 feet in a 2-ton suit.
Yeah.
You know.
You're not a super soldier.
Yeah, you're just a guy who's like, I don't want to die, so.
Yeah, that's what the appeal
Yeah.
was.
And they had Firefight, which was fun too.
I want to do that. So the Reach just came out for
Firefight. So like like Nazi zombies.
it's horde mode.
Horde
Oh.
mode, yeah.
Oh, I
Firefight.
do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they called it Firefight.
It's firefight. Yeah.
a fun
And you
game.
can set it to like you can do like stupid custom settings like
Yeah.
bottomless clip. That was always
Yeah.
my favorite. I do want to do something like I want to play. I never completely finished the Halo Reach campaign. Barely finished any of the Halo campaigns
Oh, you
actually.
should.
Really?
So I want to go
They're
through.
good,
I want to
yeah.
go through them all. That was the goal.
Well, now I can't talk about the ending.
Yeah.
The game's how many years old? I had that much time to play it. So I want to do that because a new game's gonna come out and I'm gonna forget about it. Like I was gonna do it with Gears 2. Gears 5 just came out. We were gonna play through Gears 4. Never happens. Like shit.
Yeah.
So I gotta do it. I gotta do it right away. Otherwise, no one's gonna touch it with me, and I have to do it. I do it while it's still active. And so I'm gonna try to do it here in a couple weeks. To do like, I don't know if I'm gonna do a 24-hour live stream again, but I'll do something pretty long. Where I was like, I want to beat the whole campaign in one sitting.
Yeah.
Try to at least. I like to do it on Legendary so I can get the achievements.
This video gets 1 like.
Yeah.
You need to do it 24 hours.
I do it without the
One
one
like.
like. I will say I think I had like throughout that 24 or 22-hour live stream I had off and on maybe a dozen different people like 24-hour live stream. I had a little clock there that told me how long I was going, and Twitch tells you how long you were going so they know you're like not lying or something shit like that. But yeah, I was like, I had one people come in like 2 a.m, like, keep going, woo!
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what time it is for you. You're probably waking up right now.
Right.
He's like, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I think 2 people.
You remember Twitch Plays Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a phenomenon.
It was.
Everyone I talked to knew what was happening.
I just watched it and I was just like, this is chaos.
That's what I loved
But
about
I can't
it.
believe
I was on
believe
24/7 on my
it.
TV.
That they
I'd leave
beat
for
it.
work, I'd come back, and it'd still be there. They made it because they switched over to democracy a couple times. It wasn't pure anarchy the whole time.
Yeah.
I think there was like one maze where they were like, we have to switch over to democracy to beat it. But either way, it is unfathomable that they beat it.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
secondly, I love that there's like a pseudo religion with it.
Yeah, and they
If
like
you look
how they
into it-
named the shit like that.
Named everything. They're like the Protector, the Guardian,
Yeah.
ATV,
Yep.
stuff like that. And then like Praise Helix,
Yep.
like where that came from.
I
all
don't
that
even
stuff.
know the.
Yeah.
I know I've seen the memes, but I don't know like the lore. But like, cause I know Pidgeot was like
So, like,
Jesus basically.
I know
and then,
some of it. ATV. Oh, now I'm gonna butcher it. I bet someone is gonna correct me.
Yeah.
But it's like I know that Praise Helix is because people, kept putting in random inputs.
whatever you want to do.
One of them was the select button, and when you hit that, it was set to a special item. The special item was the Helix fossil. And so every now and then it would be like, you cannot use the Helix. So the lore came from just like your character, like just randomly being like, what should I do, Helix fossil? And pulling it out. And then there was stuff like, I think Protector was one, because they made a Flareon or something. Maybe a Drowsy, whatever. They made a Pokemon they didn't want. They put it in the PC, and every time they went into the PC, they chanced someone taking it out and putting it on the team.
Jeez.
And every time they did it, they would pick a different Pokemon instead. And so that Pokemon got called like the Protector. Like it's guarding the gates so you don't get the garbage Pokemon. And it just, this lore just got created, and
That's
I
so
loved
funny.
it.
Do they do that often? I know they did it.
They did it a couple more times. I think they did it with like gold version or something.
Surprised no one has done it with the Switch yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess more.
Yeah.
The old games are for Pokemon. The old games I feel like are a lot better because it was super basic
I just saw a thing.
mechanics.
I just watched a thing about this.
Because they added. There's way too many elements now of Pokemon.
You can Mega Evolve. You can Dynamax.
Yeah.
I don't like those. I don't like the Mega Evolve or the
Yeah.
Dynamax. The types, I'm not that worried about it. They only added Fairy type.
They added Light now too, didn't they?
Oh, was
they,
Light a
they,
type?
They added a new type. This
Dark?
one. I think it's Light.
Because I don't think Dark was in the original.
Well, like in the really old ones, it was
Dark
like
was in second
fire,
gen.
grass, water,
Fire, grass, water.
ground,
Rock.
rock was what it was.
I thought rock got added. And ground was just one. But there's like ground, rock, electricity,
Original Pokemon.
fighting, psychic, bug. I can't remember a couple others. Bug was so crap in the first gen though.
I could look up Pokemon types. Yeah, Bug and Grass have been like the lowest. Like Grass at least
Grass
can
is
be good,
alright.
but Buggies has pretty much always been
Bug's
kind of
fine
bad.
now, I think.
So yeah, the types are they added Light now, and it's strong against Dark, Ghost, and Psychic. It resists Light, Ghost, Fairy, and Psychic.
Why is
It's
light
weak.
strong against psychic?
It's weak against Flying and no, this is not real.
Chaotic.
This
is
is
that
not,
what
it was
I was like,
chaotic
wait,
one.
yeah, I was
Oh,
like, wait.
They
a second.
they got you. You've been bamboozled.
I was bamboozled.
How dare they?
He's been tricked.
But yeah, I thought they had.
I want to go get a Pokemon Gold version for my Game Boy and play that now. I'll probably just get an emulator.
You can, yeah, you can just do it on your phone.
I know, but nothing feels as good as like holding the Game
know.
Boy.
See, I always liked Lugia more than Ho-Oh.
What you
But
could,
like some of the Pokemon options I liked better.
So that's
on
why I
Gold.
like Gold.
Yeah.
what you
Also,
could
probably
do.
because my mom bought me Gold,
Yeah.
so that's the one I like.
What type of phone do you have? Because I know there's companies out there, so they're third-party companies. They'll just make a little case like what you slide your phones into.
I know what you're talking about, and then the
Yeah.
case becomes the buttons.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
but I'm saying it's not the like I want a Game Boy. I want to hold a Game Boy.
Yeah.
I see
It looks
people.
like a Game Boy.
Yeah, I see
it's
people do hold. They'll get SPs because it's got the backlight,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that is cool, but I want the Game Boy Color because
I
that's
had-
what I grew up with.
I had the SP.
So what I see people do is they'll do mods and they'll get a backlit
Really
screen.
popular, yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not dumping $150 in a Game Boy Color
Yeah.
for the screen and all that
That's
crap.
all I
No
do.
thanks.
I'll get the attachment that curls
That,
over
oh,
the
dude,
top.
I
I
had
remember
those
that.
fucking
Yeah.
attachments.
You remember as a
dude.
kid in the back seat and you had to wait for
Yeah.
the street lights?
Yep.
So you'd play in like 10-second bursts?
Yep.
Just wait. Oh, that was so hard.
Not having backlit screens, dude.
Yeah.
That sucked. Also, that flashlight sucked. Do you ever shine a flashlight on a screen?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
it
flashlight. You
just
can't see
reflects
dick.
back,
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't help.
Yeah, all the products that came along with the original Game Boys were just nuts. Like
It's-
the printer and the camera and like all
I
that.
had the camera.
Yeah.
I had the camera.
What amazes me though is people are picking these things up. They're 20, coming up on 30 years old, and like this has been sitting in my parents' attic for however long years. I pull it up, I plug it, and it still freaking works. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
The downside is some of the Pokemon games, the batteries
The battery
will go, and you have to replace them.
Yeah.
is replacing
that
is
once,
replacing a delete the game.
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I thought that was maybe
Because you can't save it with the battery. Like because you can still play the game without the battery, but the battery's the only thing that keeps the game saved.
this is kind of funny.
Yeah, because the battery
They couldn't
keeps the
make-
Game Boy keeps that game going.
That's
So
its life.
that's how it saves.
That's its life force.
Yeah.
So I think you can replace the battery,
I think you have to be strategic about it.
but
though.
I'm pretty sure it'll just pull from the last save file.
Yeah.
And it's not that big of a pain. It's like a clock
It's a
Yeah.
watch
battery. Yeah, it's like a watch battery. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
the downside. Everything else about that old tech works fine.
Yeah.
Now you go buy a disc for a game. I remember
Fucking scratches
when the
immediately.
download stuff started. I was so
Oh,
pissed
dude.
because like I'd buy a disc to avoid it, and then you'd put it in the thing. I don't remember when this was. A couple years ago.
Xbox One started. Xbox One,
Someone-
and PS4.
But you put the disc in, and then it's like, all right, I have to download. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
I bought the disc. I shouldn't have to download anything. Should be on the freaking disc.
Yeah. Because I remember even Xbox 360, you had to like have like that second disc
little-
installation thing where it was like for Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's a big. That's for
That's-
like a big game. Though.
Yeah,
that was for
it
like,
just helps
now
it
it's
load
standard.
faster. But yeah,
Now it's standard.
yeah, and they just have you download it. Instead
Yep.
of insert a
And then
second
you
disc.
can't play the game unless the disc is in because it's like
Mhm.
you're like so dumb. So I just do everything digitally now. Like fuck.
That's what I do now. So like that's what I say, and then I bought a disc of Call of Duty. But I do it because I think it saves some space.
I used to get. Amazon used to have a thing. I'm slurring my words. Amazon
Yeah.
used to have a thing where you pre-order the game or bought the game recently when it came out. They give you a discount. It was like 15% off. So it was
Wow.
like you got a game for $50 instead of 60. It's like sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still do it anymore because I do everything digitally now. It's just like
Well, that's what I should be doing. It feels like a waste to even have physical copies now.
yeah, like I have all those games over there. Some of them are duplicates because I got some from my buddy.
Mhm.
I just like I can't have no. They take a lot of room after you have a
Yeah.
ton of them. And I don't even have a ton of games. They're all downloaded. I do everything download now. And now it's so nice now that that these companies are advancing where Xbox is collaborating with everything. The crossplay on Xbox the crossplay on Call of Duty is great. I love it for stuff like that.
Yeah.
You do get my buddies. I have some buddies that still.
Who's crossplay? Am I playing with PC people?
You can tell. It tells you when you're right before you get in the lobby. Right of their name is what console they're on and what they're using mouse or keyboard. Because you can play mouse and keyboard on both consoles
Yeah.
now, I believe.
Which is crazy. It's like, for me, like I can't use a controller with shit.
yeah.
So like I have to use mouse keyboard for games now, just because
really?
I got so used to it. Like I try and use
For shooters, I kind of prefer controllers.
Really?
Really.
A lot of people feel that way. I can't. I need to have my
I
mouse.
used to like controller. I was always controller. I started playing Twitch, Call of Duty. I'm better at it on PC. Rainbow Six, still awful at it. I do okay.
I'm terrible at Rainbow Six.
good
And it's
game,
got such a big punish. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you walked by that window, you're out. And you sit there for about 6 minutes until they figure it out.
We just played last night. We play it's called unranked mode now.
Yeah.
You can ban 2 operators both on defense and attacking, and then you can do that. It's only 3 minutes per round, so it's not as bad. But it's just like, motherfucker, I just got in this game. I just got in. Now I can't do shit.
And now you gotta sit and wait.
Like, someone give me some cameras so I can look at something at least.
Yep. No, I have mixed feelings on that game.
I play with like at least a group of 4 or 5, so we always have a full team. So
Why are you not inviting me to this?
Well, because you're not on.
Yeah. And I used to play for a while, but
Used
then
to play
I
a
was
little
like,
bit.
I'm just gonna play Overwatch.
Yeah, I like.
I've just gotten down to like, I like Overwatch. I have fun with it, and I just am lazy and don't want to pick up another game.
I really like Overwatch. I like it because there's way more team aspect in it than Rainbow Six, because like you just can't go off unless you know you're really good in your DPS. But I usually play tank and support. But it's really cool when you collaborate. It's like, okay, you're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do it 3, 2, 1, yeah, and just go for it. And just, it kind of whatever works happens. I do like playing competitive in that game, and I have gotten.
I only play competitive
in Overwatch. Yeah.
I have gotten, in the in the competitive mode on the PTR. I've gotten a diamond in tank. I'm like, oh shit. But on the live server, I can't get. I haven't sold gold.
Yeah.
Shit.
Gold's good.
Yeah. Gold's good.
This is where Cody sits.
Yeah. No, yeah,
bronze.
I've been close to platinum once, but I've never gotten
Best
back
I
to
ever
it.
got was silver. I was in silver for the longest time.
You're really good. I don't think you're that bad, dude.
Yeah, I like to think I'm good. But then so it's cyclical. What happens is you get put in the bronze matches, and now you're teamed up with bronze people.
That's what sucks right now. Your elo is based on your previous scores.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when I jumped into PTR, the test servers, when they released the Roku.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I never played competitive on the test server, so it's pretty much like a new account. So it's like, oh, you're doing really good. We're gonna place you higher people. And so I'm sitting in that almost low diamond range. I'm like, oh, sweet. And then I jump back in the test servers where I was sitting at gold because it was locked across all 3 accounts, and now it's support, so on, so on, blah blah blah. Now I'm stuck for my tank. I'm stuck in gold. Got my healing up to 2,700, so I'm in platinum for that.
Yeah, the highest I ever got was like 1,800, so I was like in low silvers.
Yeah.
But I like to think I do okay, but the thing is you get matched with the bronzes.
I wonder if I could play with you. Is it 1,000 points?
I don't know.
Yes, it's less than that, I think. I think it's 500.
Oh boy, so I can't even play with them.
Yeah.
But that's why we always play cash.
Yeah.
But it's a pain because I'm like, dude, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I can do it.
It's elo hell is what people call it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You're just in limbo. You can't do anything about it because it's like you either have to be the best player in that game and kill everyone constantly and they can't do anything about it, or you have to do this. Please work together.
I noticed. I did this weird. I just played it one time, and I went and I roll queue with tank and support. I'd play a game of support, and then I'd stop and play a game of tank. I did that back and forth. 6 games in a row I won. So 3 and 3.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet. And as soon as I did this, as soon as I lost one, I stopped playing because I was just gonna get angry. And I haven't gone back and done that test again because I wanted to see if like, okay, can I improve, because I was switching it up, playing different characters. Well, actually, I was just playing Brigitte on healing. That was actually working really well.
I called her Bridget for the longest
I
time.
did too. I did too.
Well, some people say that that's bad though, because like your role changes so much from tank to healer, just because like the little things you're supposed to be doing.
I also play like Reinhardt every time, so it's kind of aggressive. Brigitte, you kind of have to play with your tanks in there to do the most amount of healing. But yeah, we'll probably end it off here. We are all just over 2 hours, or an hour, 2 hours. Jesus Christ, just over an hour. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. A lot of fun.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us over, my guy.
And as always, follow us on Twitch. We go live every single Saturday. This has been the Hot Dish Podcast, where it has a little bit of everything. It's always good. Peace.
Bye.
Deuces.